Hey everyone, welcome back. Got a new battle report for you here. Some Conflict 47 Second Edition. Got some Americans versus my Soviets. We're playing the just right out of the book, so very standard. 1,500 points is the suggested size. Top secret edges, which is the 12-inch deployment, and then meat engagement, where nobody starts on the board. Right? And then his forces. So he ran three platoons and or two platoons, one battery, and yeah, I think this is something like this is going. You're going to see a pretty regular makeup. You got your mandatory assault platoon, and then like the armored platoon, which gives you a lot of flexibility. The artillery battery, I think, is something that um, I like. We'll see how it goes forward, but yeah, he had pretty rounded force overall, pretty good. And the kind of testing out all the different things, which is kind of what I was doing at this. Right at 1500, 9 dice and 3 rift dice. I've not figured out what the right amount is here. I didn't include the guts for all the guts points, all the officers. But yeah, they each come with a point because they're USA. Then mine. So the mandatory assault block, the engineer platoon. I wanted to take basically test out more, how are you going to deal with like the werewolf swarm, the bear swarm, and one of the ways was just running flamethrowers with the additional pins or RPG one and or RPG ones. And one thing I was testing out more of is the more points of luck. This list, I was running a slightly lower dice count. Mine have actually trended up um, because I'd run a artillery battery with two of the light anti-tank guns. This one I didn't because I wanted to, you know, uh, a friend printed off some turrets so I can convert some of my KV1s into the KV1 ZP since they don't come with the option like the T-34s to downgrade to just the regular. So the regular version that is. So wanted to test those out. Um, yeah, and then test out. I need to do a conversion to get the anti-tank rifles added to my version, my conversion Mark IIs, because I think these are the guys I'll probably use as some of my like home base objective sitters, just because I have to take an assault platoon and I have to have two weird units, um, or Rift Tech units, I guess would be a better way to say it. Um, and with two anti-tank rifles, they can sit back and still crack shots off the whole game and still help. And fours is infantry for just because they're nasty and just send them crashing at the enemy. So start turn one. Um, yeah, part of the reason I ended up doing pictures of this battle is this stuff looks great. So I also just wanted to show pictures of that. And yeah, here's the objective in the middle here. So got my sniper here, AT rifle sniper. I probably should have placed him further back, but the power hindsight. Um, yep, and more of his stuff coming in. You can kind of see here, just everything's looking great. Yeah, so I think these models are Marcher. I think there's a game or 3D print thing out for that. And he said he did those up, didn't get his bases done in time. But again, I have turrets and stuff I didn't get done in time either. So one thing is you see here. So I've been the past previous games that weren't worthy, or I guess they were learning games, so I didn't really take a bunch of photos. The AT sniper rifle has been great. Um, the +2 at range taking out powered armor infantry has been great for like the LTs and stuff. You're paying 60 something points for the regular version, but the ability that you can take that shot and then take out Rift Mastery or luck or any of that stuff out and just kill the commander is always nice. That said, you can see the forces coming in. Moved my bears in the truck up through here just because obviously they're going to dive on the objective. Yeah, like I said, I was pointing out at his unpainted stuff, but I got plenty because I haven't really tested out the comps omelettes or the KV1, the uh, the ZP turret. So yeah, just getting these on the field. Um, and yeah, no, they've been working great. These are actually been primed, so I'll have more of these painted up pretty quick here, and you can see my objective sitters are kind of coming marching up the board here. Yeah, just more cool stuff. Pictures of his stuff is looking great. The Kodiak here just doing its thing. On to Blurry Turn 2. Um, so yeah, this he moved his Coyote up, and my engineers did exactly what they were supposed to do. So they came up. Um, I guess the trouble you run into with the setup I had them with Panzerfaust or RPGs and a flamethrower is, when you're firing the flamethrower, you fire the loader. He can't fire, so you buy the Panzerfaust or the RPG one, so you're paying for five, but at max I can only fire three. Um, it still worked out that he got burned up, but yeah, it's just something that I was factoring in of going, okay, but I do want to have them with Panzerfaust in the event of somebody runs the bears or something like that. They're not, or the Shrek Wolf, and they don't have the AP on it, so they're basically just wounding on ones. And the counter, part of the counter for me for that is the luck. The luck points I've been buying for the flamethrowers and just RPGs is to get that, whenever you roll that one to damage or something, you can just re-roll it and hopefully not do it again. So that said, he's been taking some stray shots from machine guns, nothing bad. His tank up here is on ambush, so it's just I'm hanging tight, or the AT Tesla is hanging is on ambush. Yeah, you see here. So he put on ambush, and I figured, hey, the objective's here. I got to do something. So you can't really see it here, but I moved my ComSum led up, and you can't see the token get shot and blasted because it's the AT gun, massive +7 AT. Um, so once that happened, I sent the T-34 through the into the woods just to do the fire the dubstep cannon at it. Really didn't do too much, but yep, you can see here where they got shot up and a bunch of guys died and everything. But they did their job in the sense of AT rifle fire, the Tesla cannon fired at them, so the bears were able to run up and not get shot, and I was able to start putting pressure on it with the T-34. And didn't account for Big Stompy here. So yeah, the Kodiak walks up point blank and just dackas, just lights into my bears. Um, Yeah, kills two. So I still have the objective, moves even closer to my side, so that's nice. But yeah, that's I have to do something quick because obviously he'll just keep moving and gunning them down. And so what I did, so it looks like a lot going on because there is. Um, I ran him the commanding 12 inches he can move at a run, the KV1 up here to block my bears off, so he countered by dropping his linebacker here in point blank range. One thing that I kind of was sleeping on that I didn't really shouldn't when I go back and look is the armored all around KV1. So I think depending on your particular local environment or how often you play um, versus Americans or anybody with a bunch of deep, combat drop guys, the their ability to drop right behind you and do, the AP, they have the one shot at AP1 or the assault bunch of shots at AP uh, two or back reverse that. Bunch of shots at AP1, less shots at AP2, but the ability for them to drop in at point blank with that, so point blank gets +1, so it goes to two, and then rear armor's +3. So, but with me being, armored all around, it does help with a lot of that. So you're not as concerned. It still can be a factor, but it's not as them dropping behind a T-34 or something like that with only armor 9, and then getting all those bonuses and just it's not actually that hard for them to pop you with your just their basic weapon. All that to say is, so I moved him up kind of, I can be a little brave with him because um, yeah, he's not doing anything. Like he can't really get any extra bonuses for shooting in the side. So he dropped linebacker here to light into him, and that didn't do much. Um, so he also brought in his all these boys, and yeah, that actually did its job. So one of the other things I was testing in this game is the T-34. This one had the flamethrower, so he was able to come up in between the flamethrower and the ZP. I was able to take him out. I believe it was the flamethrower that did the job, but um, either way, it's very nice. So popped him. So now we're kind of in a foot race on, okay, he's in a much better position because his infantry can jump up, grab it, and fly off. Because I mean, these guys down here have SMGs and stuff, but nothing to really do much, and that's unarmed. Let's see on the three. Huh. Power hindsight. I think that should have ran off. Um, okay, that changes some things. But so yeah, this was getting shot at, I believe. I forget where. Oh, I think it was fired through here. Um, yep. So we're just kind of getting everything powered up to fire and do its shooting. He's running his guys up here. They jump back because he's looking at going, okay, what's actually my biggest threat? So he at the time it was these guys, so he jumped them back to fire, and you can see he killed three of the five. Um, with that done, move him up to get the token. You can see everybody's kind of positioning around um, to tear everything up. But yeah, so that's and we're three, and then yep, you can see even more guys coming up, and then yep, my KV1 is just spinning his turret around firing, or at least it was attempting to, because yeah, nothing can. I don't think anything on that can hurt him at that range. So let's see, yeah, and this is his guys is marching on up. Turn four. Um, what you don't see is this is the board edge of me. So LT jumps in the group snaps to, jumps in the transport, drives off the board, and we win. Soviets win. Um, so yeah, we barely won. It was a pretty close game there. Um, but overall, going back and looking at that picture, I don't know if it'll be a win or not, just because of the transport being dead. Um, so that's a um, so that's something there. So I'll have to go back and actually take a look at that. But yeah, so if it's winning, I'll call it. Even at the time, I was calling it a barely win just because I got the lucky dice, and yeah, he was able to, uh, I was jump in the transport and run off. But yeah, obviously, if he got the first turn or first pull, my, he would have probably won the game or at least been a draw. Um, the Americans dropping in is again is great. I think I just lucked out and took the ZP KV1, and his stuff wasn't really able to do much to me with at least blocking the line. And then the the Soviet ZP weapons are pretty cool. I need to do more of them. I like the multi-shot. The short range is kind of a bummer. Um, and I really didn't get to do the template too much because the stuff I was shooting at I really didn't work out too well. But overall, it was really good. Like I said, now I'm actually getting back. I've got enough games in. I feel confident that I can take some, show off some good stuff, take the pictures, and get it generally right. Um, but yeah, no, thanks for watching.